meantime, I want to welcome into the studio. It is always a pleasure to welcome into the studio someone who I call the chief correspondent and top writer at the New Republic. I don't know what they decide to call you there, but that's
my title is staff writer, but I will take chief. I'll take chief. Anything.
Chief of staff writer is what I call
staff writer
at the New Republic. And
more and more people are noticing.
Not only do you have because there's basically two stories today: is the 2020 primary and the debate, but also who's jumped in and where we're at, because we're only less than 3 months out now from the Iowa primary, and going into a whole period. The month of December is largely going to be about the fiscal cliff or not. I don't know, but I think we only have one scheduled debate left before Iowa. You have a piece on that, and you also have one of, honestly, it's like completely in my wheelhouse, a piece about impeachment, but specifically the Johnson impeachment. Mm-hmm. I mean, you show its relevance to today, but also talking about Reconstruction, and it's a period which I've become like increasingly more interested in doing almost all my reading there. In fact, on Friday we have an interview I did with Martha Jones, who wrote a book about birthright citizenship, which of course was a major plank of Reconstruction at that time as a way of making sure that black people had citizenship in this country. But that its origins were actually prior to the Civil War.
Interesting.
Which was interesting. I think probably will be interesting for at least 10 to 8% of the audience. But it'll be there on Friday.
I'm in that 8%.
There you go.
8%.
Exactly. So those two pieces are here today. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. My coffee cup.
Scraping.
My coffee
Your coffee cup is scraping across the desk.
I'm sorry, my coffee cup. Well, actually, that's apropos, because the biggest story of the week was this one. This is when Congressman Eric Swalwell was on the program. On Chris Matthews' program.
Hardball.
And this is what happened. This was obviously the biggest story of the week, Fartgate. And let's play this clip now.
Taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help them cheat an election. And the complaint that I've heard from Republicans, taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help them cheat an election.
Later, one of the conspiracy theories is that it actually came out of the studio at MSNBC. Then it was a function of a coffee cup, and that's why we couldn't help ourselves but to do that. Yeah,
maybe a long chain of events that started with a coffee cup.
It does happen. This is part of the reason why we really don't want to do merch. Here, watch what happens when I pull this up.
It's gonna crack team.
You got to get someone else to manufacture these cups.
We're going to get different coffee.
You got to get a new.
Folks, we're all still exhausted from the other day. We did 14 hours on Wednesday. And then, like I say, I tried to avoid the hearings essay, but I watched them, and then I had to go live. And at one point, I get a text from Matt, are you live right now? Because I'm trying to put the show up. And I'm like, oh, God, I had no idea what time it was.